Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. Welcome to the 10-Minute Mailbag, the MLB The Show series in which I take questions from YouTube and Discord and I answer them. Because what else should you do with questions? We're here today to talk a lot about the collection for the Legends and Flashbacks vouchers upcoming on June 13th. So we are a little bit ahead of the game, but it's never too early to prepare. So if you're also curious about what you should do or what even card it's going to be, keep watching. All right, folks. We're almost at 7,000 subscribers. Let's do that this week, maybe? Hit the subscribe button. Let's get close. Let's just get close and say we did it. Either way, thank you for being here. Like, subscribe always, but thank you for being here. Here we go. 10 minutes on the clock. When I find the button, here we go. Perfect. 3, 2, change up 1, begin. Our first question today is from Gabriel Barros. Who do you think is going to be the 6/13 collection award, the June 13th collection award? We have been getting some catchers and some second basemen lately, and we have a 99 first, third, outfield, and starting pitcher. Do you think it's going to be a shortstop or a reliever? Well, I've actually narrowed it down to 4 places. Catcher, you mentioned catcher having some cards, but if you look at it, it's all very collection or stub related, very chase packy. So Carlos Santana is a very tough collection to finish. It's very expensive. Posada's very expensive. Otherwise, we've got Color Storm guys. We've got Moonshot Yasmani Grandal, who I believe is free. He's not bad for free. And Piazza's pretty good for free. But I could see a catcher. A couple guys I've narrowed it down to. I want to find them. I know Varitek was just in the multiplayer program, but how kind of cool would it be if we got a juicy Varitek? Or even a Pudge? I don't know if I'd love Pudge. He was already a headliner, but, like, that would make some sense. Even someone like Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench's 99 will not be used later in the game cycle. It will not be. But if you drop it now, it might be. I could see catcher, despite what you said. I see where you're coming from, but I could see catcher. Second base, similarly. I could see second base. Who? I don't know. But if you look at second base, Dozier is free as a multiplayer program card. Then it's the Guardians collection. He's a BR card, I think. Yeah, he's a BR card. Like, there's not a ton of high-end depth. Brian Roberts is in the program. He's free. But if we look through this, there might be some guys that could work. Joe Morgan's 99 likely won't be heavily used later on. So he makes sense here. I don't know if I'd hate that. It might be okay. Bobby Grich, I know he was a TA, but, like, now's a good time. If you're going to drop a 99 of them, do it. So second base is certainly a possibility. Shortstop, I am higher up on than both of those positions. And this is not just the Yankee homer in me. I think it's a perfect time to drop 99 Derek Jeter. I truly, genuinely do think it's a perfect time to drop 99 Derek Jeter. Hasn't been used much this year for obvious reasons. His card is not good. He kind of also gets phased out later in the year, but if you give us a good 99 Jeter, he will be used now. So I think it's a good time for that. Even a Cal Ripken. Another guy like Johnny Bench is not going to be used later in the game, but it might be an interesting time to do that. And then the other position you suggested was reliever. Outfield is always something I could see happening because there's 3 outfield positions, so your chances are naturally higher. But I agree with you. I think reliever closer isn't a bad idea. Is it sexy? No. I would not be necessarily excited for it. But it could happen. Kenley Jansen's a guy who typically gets a very, very good card. Who else needs a card? Oh boy. Please don't give me a Chapman already. They probably will not. Gossage was a BR card, so it's unlikely he would get one, though he will also have a 99. Reliever's hard, because they could do whatever they want with relievers. Like, they could do whatever they want. Kenley, I think, is definitely, like, for sure an option. Lee Smith, he's not really exciting. I mean, I truthfully don't think Kenley's that exciting. So I hope it's not a reliever. I could for sure see it happening, but I don't know. I wouldn't be too happy with it. Yeah, reliever's tough. Reliever's tough. But those are the positions I think it is narrowed down to. Like, we already have Gil Hodges at first. We have Scott Rowland at third. We have Beltran in center. The corners are a little available. I would argue this is a really good time for, like, a Roberto Clemente, but we just got the moonshot Roberto Clemente. I want 99s dropped now to be 99s I won't use later. or likely won't use later, because not all 99s are created equal, right? Later in the game, 99s will be astronomically better than the ones we're getting now, other than maybe Beltron. But that's where I'm at. So not a bad set of suggestions by you, Gabriel. Thank you for your question. Next up from Mystic Reaper. Will Scott Rowland be a collection card needed for the new incoming collection? I couldn't read that. I don't think Rowland himself will be a voucher, because that's kind of tough. But you will have to redo all these vouchers again. So basically, if you don't have Rowland, it will be impossible to get the next one, because you're going to have to redo all of these. There's going to be additions to Cornerstone, additions to Topps Now. Notice this voucher is only a Scott Rowland voucher. It's not just a collection voucher in general. So this will be updated to say like Derek Jeter voucher or Kenley voucher, whichever the player is. We will do a video similar to what I did last time, how much I think you'll need for the collection. Of course, it'll be adjusted now because they completely bent us over the last time the collection came out. So I will make sure it's updated and a little more honest and realistic. So yeah, now's a good time. If you got stubs laying around, start buying cards now, because they're going to get very expensive very fast. The other thing you could do, which is what I did, I sold Willie Castro. I liquidated a little bit to have some more stubs available to me. It hurts my lineup a little bit because I don't have Willie Castro, but it gave me enough stubs to, be ready for the Lightning Retro Collection. To be ready for June 13th. So that's my suggestion. If you don't have Rowland, I'm sorry, you're not going to get this one, at least not for a little bit. Next question from Danny. With them dropping the new Sosa card with a twist, what are your thoughts on the way they decided to go about the new content structure? I don't know if I want them to do this all the time, but I like it as like just a random different program. The only thing that can break up the monotony of how programs are and how they exist is to do stuff like this. You can't do it all the time, but this makes sense. They always talk about the home run race and all the different things and his June, and they lean into the 1998 season with McGwire and Sosa a lot. So I like this. Listen, is it ultimately a little underwhelming when you see all of this stuff? Yeah, but I also like that they're giving us May Spotlight packs to help us with that. We'll call it the Carlos Santana collection, whatever the next stage of it is. And then this Sosa that we get at the end of June, it's pretty good. It's not perfect. It's a Sosa card, so it doesn't have a lot of vision, and the contact isn't great, and the fielding's okay. But this also tells us, like, by the end of June, we'll probably be at 96 or 97 in the power creep. If this is a 95, I would guess we're at 96 or 97 in the power creep by then. They wouldn't show us the best card available at that time. So the drawbacks of this is, like, you're showing us this underwhelming card a month ahead of time, which I get, but this isn't an underwhelming card for everybody. Cubs fans are going to love this. This is a free right fielder that is better than right fielders right now. We're just using our heads to project where we hope the game goes by then. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's not at that point. It's at this point. Listen, it's a good card. It's fine. It might get some play in my lineup. I guess it all depends on what's available to me at that time. That's the thing we don't know. Like, because they're showing this, they might be very well leaving right field sort of open until then. They want people to use this card. That would be my guess. But I very much enjoy the 2 Spotlight packs in here. There's a lot of XP if you add it all up through here. The packs or whatever, they're just gravy if you pull something great. The grind was easy. One moment and a bunch of missions. I kind of do wish it was more moment heavy as opposed to mission heavy. Like, if you just made this almost entirely a moments program and that every week it releases more moments to achieve it, I'd like that more. It would feel more like a daily moments type of thing, which I think is the vibe they were going for, but they can't do daily moments because that hasn't been in the game in a few years. But listen, overall, it breaks up the monotony. Is it perfect? No. Is it fun? Yeah. Oh, and there's more. There's 3 Spotlight packs in here. 1. Oh, no, there's 2. 2 Spotlight packs. Sorry. Counting's hard. Either way, good program. I'm a fan. Thank you for your question, as always. Final question from the Relaxed Potato. That's a fun name. I have about 200,000 stubs and a few players left to complete live series. Soto, Witt, Ohtani, Trout, Mookie, Ketel. Lots of expensive boys. Do I save up to get Ohtani, or do I buy a couple of these guys and save Ohtani for last? Buddy, I'm sorry, but I think you need to save up and buy Ohtani. The market this year is terrible. And his price is only going to go up. You wrote him at $500K, and he's already $650. It's just keep going to get higher until they start dropping like free 90-plus packs late in the game. Your best bet is to save up and get him because it's only going to keep going up. This is one of the reasons, though this year's market is unlike anything I've ever seen. One of the reasons I save up to try to get guys like Shohei and Judge and all them first, like early within the first 2-3 weeks, is because I am afraid of something like this happening. And again, this is unprecedented. When I say I'm afraid of something like this happening, I'm afraid of them getting to 300, 350K, let alone 650,000 stubs. Ridiculous. Judge is now 500. So ultimately, I suggest you save. Just save. Save until you can get them, put in a buy order, and get them. You know, the worst thing that happens is you save up the stubs and then randomly pull them, and then boom, you have a free Shohei and 650,000 stubs to go get the rest of the guys, or some of the rest of the guys. So that would be my honest to goodness suggestion. Always go for the big dog first. It makes everything else feel more attainable after the fact. Ladies and germs, this mailbag is in the bag. In the mailbag. The mailbag is in the mailbag. The fox is in the hen house. I hope you guys received answers to your questions. Let me know. Big question here. Who is going to be the collection reward on June 13th? I want specific names down below, ranked from 1, 2, and 3, or just one name. But if you give 3 names, 4 names, rank them in order, and whoever is correct gets a special shout out in a video. I don't know. Just rank it. We'll have some fun with the community. Who do you think is going to be specific player the collection reward on June 13th? All right, let's have some fun. Love you guys. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.